I came to work for Marine Tech in 1999 and purchased the company in 2001. The type of work that we perform is we do dredging, both navigation and remediation. We also do dock construction, a multitude of various types and different shipping services throughout the harbor. I guess whatever duty calls for, we'll come out and assist. Well, our most recent project was last winter, where the request for proposals came out to remove upwards of 400 roundwood piling that were the remnants for a railroad trestle that used to cross the bay here. The railroad trestle was built, I believe, back in the 1860s during the lumber boom in the area, and used to service 2 sawmills that were located in this approximate location.
For over 100 years, Minnesota's Radio Tower Bay has been clogged with industrial waste. The federal government is supporting the cleanup of the bay through programs like the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, which is helping communities like Duluth clean up toxic pollution, restore habitat, reduce harmful runoff, and fight invasive species.
Well, the next steps for the project are there's a significant layer of slab wood. Slab wood is, I guess, all the parts of the tree that are left when the sawmills are done cutting the logs that really is not a marketable product. And typical of that era is they just discarded it in the closest, most convenient location, which at this particular time happened to be Radio Tower Bay. I guess the layer is between 2 and 5 feet thick of slab wood that is laying throughout the entire bay here. And that layer of slab wood, it really doesn't create any toxic environment, but what it does is it prevents any vegetation or any habitat to grow on its own, and so in essence it's a sterile environment.
Phase 1 of the project cost about $800,000.
People look at it, environmental cleanup as being an expense, but however that's creating revenue, and that business revenue may not necessarily be looked at as an environmental initiative necessarily, but there's equipment operators, there's pile drivers, there's truck drivers, there's businesses, there's wages that are being paid that are filtering out into the economy.
In fact, studies show that every dollar spent to restore the Great Lakes generates $2 in economic benefit for the local economy.
With regard to the impact of our business, it was nice to have winter work. Winter work is generally a downtime for our industry. The lakes are frozen, rivers are frozen, and there's few activities that take place during the winter months that a business like mine can go and pursue. So the generating the revenue in the dead of winter was definitely a very positive note.
The Great Lakes Restoration Initiative is supporting hundreds of projects around the region, but there is still more work to do.
I don't think anywhere in the Great Lakes there's a shortage of need for cleanup.